Look, I'm probably gonna make people mad with this video because I want to talk about how people might be overreacting about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero getting a 7 out of 10 on IGN. And before you get mad, let me ask you this one question. Why does it matter? First and foremost, please like and subscribe and let me know if you've been playing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I'm about to give you my feelings on this whole thing and how I feel about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And I don't think this 7 out of 10 is bad. And let me tell you why. The main point I see floating around the internet is that Dragon Ball Z got a 7 out of 10. The same score that Concord got. That is blasphemous. All right, so let's put Concord into perspective. That game didn't fail because it was bad. And if the review came out before Concord was seemingly done with, before they shut it down. So that review had no idea that that game was gonna be shut down. So how can you even compare Dragon Ball Z to saying it's a game that got shut down? How you give it the same score as a game that got shut down when the reviewer didn't review it based off it getting shut down, based it off of gameplay? And again, I played Concord. The game was actually good. The mechanics were actually good, but it got a 7 out of 10 because of the reason it failed. Same thing that we've seen before. Another hero shooter, a game that we have to pay for. And most people these days don't want to pay for games, especially if you got a game and a series and a type of game that everybody's already playing for free. They have already invested money into these games. Overwatch, the Marvel Rivals is coming out soon. That's gonna take a lot of players away. Apex, all these hero shooters, all these free-to-play games. Concord didn't fail because it was a bad game. It failed because people felt it was uninspired. They felt like it came out a little too late. Some people didn't like the characters. Some people gonna blame it on woke DI, all that bullcrap, but that's not the reason why. But the game ideally was good. And IGN scores, when they say 7, even in the typing, it says good. And let's be honest about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. The game is good. I love it. It's one of my favorite games this year. But also, they have some valid criticism. And for me, I think the game is one of the best arena fighters that we've had in a while. And that's a low bar if you want to be honest, because not too many arena anime fighters are good. I see y'all complaining on the internet every day about how arena fighters aren't good anymore, or they're cash grabs. Remember Jujutsu Kaisen? Absolute garbage. But Dragon Ball does something well. It gives us that nostalgia feeling back that we had with the Tenkaichi series. And that's a good thing. But did it innovate really? Not really. Graphics look good, the gameplay is cool. The skill, this is not a balanced game. If you're not good at the game, you're gonna get whooped. Especially with characters like Ultra Instinct Goku and all this other stuff, you need to know how to play the game. And even knowing how to play the game won't get you out of certain situations. But that doesn't matter because it's fun. And there are a couple things that are kind of bland to me, like the story mode. I complained about this in Jujutsu Kaisen about how a lot of things were slideshows, things like that. It would be unfair of me to not say anything about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero when some of the scenes are slideshows. You could have animated it in the game engine, but you get slideshows in certain parts of it. But at the same time, I love that the games branch off and do what if stories and things like that. But the menus feel like an old PS2 game, which again is somewhat good and somewhat bad. And people are kind of clowning us for saying like the episode battles got some difficulty in them. And you know how much I saw people complaining about that Grade 8 Vegeta fight? Like, did it have to be that frustrating for people? I don't know. But that's not necessarily a bad thing or a good thing. But this game isn't perfect. So if you was expecting a 10 or a 9, I don't think this game was a 10 or a 9. It's a nostalgic fighting game. A 7 or an 8 is what I would give it anyway myself. But that's why I don't give number scores, because I think people take that to heart. Like somebody just said that their game is horrible and they are wrong for liking that game. Just because IGN said it was a 7 don't mean it's a 7 in your opinion, right? At the end of the day, reviews are opinions of the person that played them, and they don't reflect everybody. So why are we still getting mad at IGN for 7 out of 10 scores when we've been saying for about 20 years that we don't care about what IGN says? But obviously we do, because every time they do something, it's an uproar. Sometimes IGN gets it right, but again, there are several people reviewing for IGN, so certain people have certain tastes. And you need to know who's reviewing what, and you'll know how they're gonna score. But that's also why you should trust your opinion. You should play it for yourself, or you should find a review that you know that you like, that's not gonna trip out. But at the end of the day, it's just an opinion. I think the main problem is comparing to other games. Me inherently, I don't think that 7 out of 10 is a bad game. We played a lot of 7 out of 10s and enjoyed them and loved them. And I think GameSpot gave it a 6 out of 10. But we look at Mario Party that's about to come out. I think GameSpot hate Mario Party because everybody else giving 9s and 10s. GameSpot said 4 out of 10. Like, it's gonna be different. So why are we mad and complaining about a score? You don't like IGN, why you still watching it? Why you still reading it? Ignore it. Play it yourself. Review it yourself. Go to your favorite reviewer. But one thing I seen too is we should just have content creators and not reviewers. No, we shouldn't, because half the time a lot of content creators don't play a lot of games. They play what's popular, what's famous, what's popping in the streets. That's what they review. That's what they cover content on. And that will make you miss out on a lot of gems, a lot of games that you probably wouldn't even know about. And that's the beauty of having these reviews, because they play all sorts of games that you might not have known. A lot of indie games came out this year that I bet a bunch of y'all ain't even played. So let's stop getting mad at IGN about scores that we didn't care about anyway. And let's just play these games for ourselves, or let's just go to someone else and see what they said. Or how about we just take it for a grain of salt and remember that it's just their opinion. But if you ask me, it's a 7 out of 10 for this game is not bad. I would have probably gave it a 7.5 or an 8. But a 7 out of 10 is not bad. It does what it needs to do. It's fun. It's not groundbreaking. There's nothing that it does different in the anime fighting game except for add another sparking mode and add some what if battles, and the graphics look better and it plays a little bit better. That's about it. Doesn't transcend anime games. It's just one of the best anime games we've ever played. And it's cool. And nostalgia really got folks loving it. And let's be real, nostalgia was carrying, and nostalgia is why you're mad that IGN didn't have the same nostalgia that we did. But that's all for me. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I don't think I'm right. I don't think IGN right. I just think it's my opinion, and we all are entitled to our own opinions. And if you felt that this game should have been a 9 or a 10, that's cool, and I respect that. So let me know in the comment section how you feel about IGN's 7 out of 10 score. And let me know what you would give it. And let me know if you've been playing the game, who do you main? And if you're trying to run hands, let me know. Y'all have a good one, and don't be too mad at me, but bye.